Hello everybody, my name is Courtney-Jai. Welcome back to my channel. It's very nice to have you here. Now today we are watching the penultimate episode of season 2 of Heartstopper. So this is episode 7. Now the last episode was fantastic. It was probably my favourite episode so far in the entirety of Heartstopper. We've seen Nick come out to his friends, which was incredible. We've seen the teachers finally have the romance, what I wanted to see, and it was just so lovely and sweet. It was just the best thing ever. Then we see Al and Tao like finally coupling up, and now they're just kissing everywhere, and Tao seems like a new person. Where he was always like pessimistic, he seems really like positive, and yeah, I'm just loving his energy at the moment. We did see a little bit of a curveball of Isaac though. He got his first kiss, but it did not go how I guess he wanted it to, or he felt odd with that implication that it's probably leading to that he's asexual, and that's going to be explained further on in the series. But so far, this has been an amazing series. I love how it's really matured as well, because we started off with like these guys being kids, and now it feels like they're young adults, and I reckon in the next series it's going to feel even older. I feel like they're maturing with each season, which is a good thing to see, because I hate it when a series starts off great but doesn't know how to grow in the right direction. But this is really taking LGBTQ plus content in the right way, because the people who started with this probably were about 13, 14. It's almost been, well, it's been just over a year since the last series, so they're going to be 15. Next series they'll be 16, so it's just the right amount of time for people to really mature with the characters. So I'm really happy to see where this goes. Now, if you do want to watch any of these videos unedited, you can do on my Patreon. You guys are absolutely amazing, supporting me the way you do. I just can't thank you guys enough. There's going to be a load more content coming to the Patreon. There is an exclusive private Discord where you can chat to me and other people in the Patreon, which is absolutely amazing. We're having some fun chats about new books and films, what you should watch, and some plays and stuff. It's really cool. You guys are amazing there. And I'm going to start releasing some mini vlogs in there as well, and some other reacts unedited, and I might even do an exclusive series in there. So I'll let you guys decide what the exclusive series is going to be. That was a lot of things to say in one breath, but enough of me waffling. Let's get into episode 7 of Heartstopper. Oh, kissing. That's and Tara. Yeah, we got to see them connect. Oh, I was interrupted quick.
You know Granny would have a heart attack if she knew I was letting your girlfriend sleep over.
Granny would have a heart attack if she knew I was a lesbian.
No sleepovers tonight.
She'd probably go.
I remember when you first start dating, when you're that age, you end up like sleeping into like 1 in the afternoon, stuff where it's so ridiculous. Like, I couldn't even comprehend getting up that late now. But when I was that age, like 12 o'clock, wake up, it's fine. But now I have to be up at like before 8, otherwise I feel like I've wasted half my day. Yeah, he's starting to notice the little things with Charlie, and it's good that he's considerate, and it's good that he's thinking of him in that way, because he's always going to be there to support him and hopefully gradually get Charlie to the place where Charlie becomes healthy in that regard. But it's going to be a step-by-step process, and I think that's really good that they're showing that. Oh, is that Ben? She said, well, nothing makes sense. Yay! Now got into school. Brilliant. Hearing Queer exhibition that celebrates young queer and trans artists. Nice. So it's an exclusive school for queer people then? That's interesting. I don't know if that's a real thing, but like that's cool for her that she can feel normal there, because everyone else knows what she's going through.
Anything I should know about?
Oh.
Maybe me and Elle decided to get together.
I love Tao as well. She's so like positive.
Oh, now is the most special girl, the perfect girl for my perfect boy.
Oh.
I'll pop all the tell the news, and then I have to call Auntie Lee and Auntie Say.
Actually being boyfriend and girlfriend.
Oh, we've all been waiting for this day.
Oh, I love her energy. And Tao doing his little booty dance.
Dad's coming to visit. Sick.
Could we invite Charlie over?
That's a lovely idea.
What, you're joking?
Yes, we can invite his parents and his sister, make a proper dinner party out of it.
How come Nick gets to invite someone and I don't?
Well, because you're a dick.
Do you have a girlfriend you'd like to invite, David?
You should have come. It was really fun.
My summer is for sleeping, not visiting old museums.
I love it. She's like my favourite vampire queen.
We've been invited to Nick's for a dinner party.
Wow, Mum will love that.
What do you mean?
She's not exactly Nick's biggest fan, is she?
Well, Maybe this will help her see how great he is.
Is this going to be Ben taking a turn, realising that he was a massive ass and he's going to become a better person? Or is this going to be Ben basically saying, it's not my fault because I was struggling and, you know, kind of gaslighting? So I have a little friend circle in a chat like this as well. It's just like the best thing to get reinforcement from your peers. See, long distance is difficult when you're young. Not just because of like it being so far apart, but like even the financial implications of having to travel and stuff. You just don't have the finances when you're young. So you've really got to like really put all your heart into it. We need to go shopping next. Oh my God, prom outfits. How do we get to Lambert far away? Train Paris squad day out. So you can tell that she has a bad home life. Just the way that like anything mentioned about her home life kind of is a sore subject.
How are you feeling about it?
Oh, just like, maybe a grey.
Guys, I'm gonna catch up with you in a bit.
I love in the overalls.
Meet up with James.
Dungarees. I love dungarees. I'm banned from having them though, because April says that I look like a child. But dungarees are cool, so I respect Isaac for the dungarees.
For prom? No.
They're gonna go in suits.
I don't know, maybe? Try it on. The lining matches my dress, it's perfect. Okay. Yes. Alright, okay.
I think I'm gonna go to prom. Yeah.
And he's gonna take Charlie.
Would you like to, like,
Go on, Nick.
date?
Really?
I don't know, maybe it's stupid.
No, it's not.
Aww.
We might get a lot of attention. And I don't want to wear matching suits. Good.
Good.
It's nice to see Charlie happy.
What's the deal with this exhibition thing anyway? They like your art enough to exhibit it, but they still can't tell you if you've got in. You
She has got
didn't
in,
you?
yeah.
Don't tell the others. I don't know how Tao will take it. I just haven't decided yet.
Okay.
Killing it. Loving the Crocs as well with it.
Amazing.
I'm a recent Croc convert. I apologise, but they are ridiculously comfy. And perfect beach shoes. Ah, so nice of them.
Hey, sorry, some man just bought like 15 of those Penguin Cough classics.
Wow. That is like life goals.
That's Alice's book in the back as well, isn't it?
Yes, and you don't feel the same about me then?
I don't know how I'm supposed to feel when I have a crush on someone. You know, I read all these books where people fall in love and I still have absolutely no idea.
Aww.
I thought that I might feel that way about you, but then we kissed and I just knew that I didn't. I think there might be something wrong with me.
Aww.
There's nothing wrong with you. You probably just haven't found the right person yet.
Yeah.
I like how James is like, I mean, like, it's heartbreaking when someone tells you they don't like you.
Did something happen?
So for him to do that, I respect it.
Can you guys just shut up?
Oh.
Look, I get that you don't think my life is interesting unless I have some kind of romantic drama going on, but I'm sorry to break it to you, I don't like him back. You can all carry on with your day now.
Isaac.
No, I'm sorry, I'm fine. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, as I was saying, I respect James for like not being angry or like, you know, reflecting that in Isaac. He just was there for him as a friend because he's a friend for him there and foremost, which is really lovely. Ah. Feels so strange now that they're like together. But strange in like a good way.
Hey, I love your piece. I'm so excited for it to be revealed later. Thank you. And I can't wait to see what art you make when we start this in September.
That was meant to come from her. Tao, just handle it. Just handle it well, Tao. Just say you're happy for her and you can figure out all the complications later.
It's my one.
Really? I love it.
Thanks.
What's it about?
basically about my experience being aromantic and asexual. Being in a world where romance and sex are prized above everything else when you don't feel those forms of attraction. Growing up, feeling that something about you is different, but you don't have the words to describe what that is. But then, freedom. The euphoria of freeing yourself from those pressures and expectations.
That is the best explanation for asexuality I've ever heard. And it's fantastic for like anybody who feels that way to get those words to them.
She's so moody. I already told her to leave early. Literally nothing I ever do is good enough.
Hey, Sahar.
You okay?
Yeah, you look cool.
Sahar, I didn't know you were coming.
Yeah, Elle's my friend.
So you guys can't tease me about being the token ally anymore now that Sahar's here.
I'm bisexual, so...
Okay.
Got our matching outfits. We're gonna slow dance some cheesy song. Yeah, I'm gonna hold you to that.
It's my great pleasure to introduce Elle Argent, who will be joining us in September for her sixth form studies. Would you like to say a few words about your piece?
Okay. There have been a lot of changes in my life over the last couple of years. With this piece, I guess I wanted to capture a place that holds a lot of happy memories, even in the darker times. Somewhere I always felt safe.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Let's have a look.
Oh, I love how Tao connect. Ah, that's so good. Go on, Tao. I know it's difficult, but sometimes, you know, they also say that if you truly love something, you have to let it go, and if it loves you back, it'll come back. So
I'm glad you liked it.
I really liked it. It was amazing, as usual.
I know you're probably annoyed that I didn't tell you I got in.
I'm not annoyed.
Really?
Please don't base your decisions on how I feel. All I care about is you being happy, and wherever you are, I'll still want to be with you.
But I also still haven't decided yet. I may still stay at Higgs.
I feel like Tao's grown up quite a lot over the last season and a half. Like, he's such a much mature person from like his little outbreaks to Charlie and stuff in like the first season to this. It's incredible to see him grow as a person.
What are you doing here?
I need to talk to you.
There's nothing to talk about.
I just want to apologise.
Okay.
Please, just hear me out. I'm not going back to Truro for sixth form, so if you really hate me after this, you'll never see me again.
Go on then.
I'm a messed up person, Charlie. I liked you. You know that, don't you? I know I was a piece of shit. I really liked you. If I just had more time. I want to be like you two. My parents would never accept who I really am. I'm sorry for everything. I just wanted something good. You were something good.
Do you remember the first time you kissed me? You didn't even ask. You didn't pause to wonder whether it was what I wanted. And I went along with it because I had a crush and I didn't know any better. I didn't realise that you had all the control. When I eventually did realise, I thought, this must be what I deserve. Someone taking whatever he wants from me whenever he wants, treating me like I'm nothing the rest of the time. And now whenever anything good happens in my life, there's a little voice in the back of my mind telling me I'm worthless and that I don't deserve it. And now you want me to forgive you so you can feel better about yourself. I'm glad you realised what you did was wrong, but you don't get to ambush me into forgiving you. Sorry doesn't make up for everything you did to me. I really hope you become a better person so you don't hurt anyone else. But I don't want to be there to see that happen. I don't want to see you ever again.
I fully respect that. That feels like Charlie's really defeated one of his demons there. That's something which is incredibly been daunting for him. A huge weight has just been lifted off his shoulders. And in another world, like, you know, Ben could have been a different person, but it shows you how bad coming out can be for people, that they can become their own worst enemy towards other people as well. And what he's done is unforgivable, but at least he sees that he needs to change as a person. But yeah, Charlie fully stood his ground, and I respect everything he said because what he said was completely correct as well.
Yeah, maybe just for now. But I'm going to tell him about us tonight.
You... Mate? You did not just call me mate. Pal. Bro.
supportive straight friend.
Charlie.
Me,
Charlie.
yeah, Charlie. Good to see you again. You guys should come and join us. Look, it's Toulouse and Montpellier.
Toulouse and Montpellier. See, I like football. I know those teams.
Shall I lay the table, Sarah?
Oh, you are a good boy.
How's it been since he got here?
It's been fine.
I like Nick's shirt.
He doesn't have to know, sweetheart. He's got no right to know. You don't owe him a thing.
I love his mum. His mum is like perfect, like coming out goals. Like the perfect parent to handle a child who's queer and just seeking acceptance.
I grew up in the south of France, near Narbonne.
Ah, yeah, very near Spain. And my father's from the south of Spain.
Your surname is so English.
Yeah, well, he always said that we had a rather complicated family tree.
Do you visit often, Stefan?
As much as I can. My job, it keeps me very busy.
Dad, has Nick told you how he met Charlie?
No, he hasn't.
Don't you dare.
We got sat together in school and then Charlie joined the rugby team.
Oh, you play rugby, Charlie.
I'm not very good.
And Nick was obsessed with getting Charlie to join. Wonder why.
Stop being a dick, David.
What is your problem?
I played rugby when I was in university. It's a very attractive sport to women. Have neither of you boys found girlfriends?
No, I guess not.
There's still time.
Yeah, I'm not sure Nick's too interested in looking for girlfriends. Really.
Oh, shut up, you asshole.
Why do you always do this?
I'm just trying to help.
No, you're not.
Sorry, this is ridiculous. Dad. Charlie's my boyfriend. Surprise. I'm bi, he's gay, and I was actually really stressed out about how I was going to tell you. But you know what? I don't care what you think about it anymore. Because you don't care to even see us more than 2 times a year. This is the time when you might actually take an interest in my life, but you never do. So if you don't care, then I don't care either.
I feel very proud right now.
And I don't know why you're acting like you are 10 years old, but your bullying just doesn't affect me anymore because, quite simply, I do not care. I like who I am. I like my life. Maybe you should stay with Dad next time.
No, Nick,
Let him speak to us like that.
Oh,
Oh,
David, be quiet. We've had quite enough from you, thank
It's
you.
Nick that's making a scene.
No, it's you absolute twat.
Dad agrees.
You have not grown up into the man I had hoped you would be, David.
Get in there!
If you have any right to say that, you barely see your children.
I mean, like, she has her place to say that to him, but I fully respect that he's just put his son in a place as well.
You okay? I actually think I am. Didn't mean for it to happen that way, but felt good to say it.
Do you want a hug anyway?
Oh, it makes me so proud. Like, seeing his journey, being part of his journey, and seeing this is the most amazing thing for me.
Sorry.
Well, I'm pleased you said what you said, especially to your dad. You needed to hear it.
He's not a very good dad, is he?
No, he's not.
Why doesn't he care?
Oh,
I wish I understood, but I don't. I think it's a very sad way to exist.
it's getting wrapped up in your own personal problems and things and just thinking everything will just bend around your world. But at the end of the day, your kids should be your world.
Leaving then?
Yeah. Nick, I'm sorry. I want to be better.
And be better.
So then, don't just say it.
Dad, you going?
Got to head into London before it gets too late. Call me when you get back to Edinburgh, huh?
Glasgow.
Oh, yeah, Glasgow, yeah.
It's just pure neglect and ignorance, isn't it? Kids grow up like that.
It was nice to meet your boyfriend. Well, I don't really understand these things, but it seems like a very nice young man.
He is. Bye, Dad.
And the maturity from Nick is incredible. To go from a scared little boy worrying about his sexuality to a man who knows what he wants.
Oh, cringe. He's made such a...
Amazing. Oh, go on, Tori. Come on.
Drama queen boyfriend's influence. Exactly. That's it.
Boom!
You are a pathetic little man.
Yes.
Talk about my brother like that again, and I'll end you.
Yes! Oh. Be scared. Be very scared.
I'm really sorry about all the drama.
Oh.
We are very used to drama in our house.
Yeah.
It takes a lot for Nick to stand up to David like that. He must care for Charlie very deeply.
He's a nice boy, when he's not distracting you from your coursework. And maybe we could have him and Sarah around in a few weeks?
Yeah.
I like that because she's growing as a person. She understands that they are better together. He just needs to improve his schoolwork, which is perfectly respectful for a parent to think about, because at the end of the day, your kid's future is important.
Prom tomorrow?
Yeah. We're still going together?
Yeah.
Like, together.
Yeah, don't you want to?
Bye.
Charlie didn't eat very much.
Is he going to speak to his mum about it? So what the sad thing is about that is a lot of people don't recognise these things, like eating disorders, until it's really far down and you see it in the person's appearance. Poor Darcy. And this is a reality what a lot of kids are going to face as well. And it's one of the hardest things to give advice about. When I have people message me and they say, oh, I need some advice on my parents are homophobic, or they're against the LGBTQ+, or they're just against me being different. And unfortunately, you can't always give the right answer. You can't give them the right solution, because there isn't a right solution. Their parents will only change with time, but there's no guarantee on that either. So let's unpack that episode, because incredible from Nick and Tao to see the maturity of these two characters, seeing them, one of them really thinking about other people, putting themselves behind to make sure that the other person succeeds, is an incredible sign of love and compassion and just being there for somebody else. And it's incredible to see Tao. I know Tao has these moments where you see him stand up for his friends and stuff, but like the maturity in how he was presented with that situation and how he reacted to that situation was actually very, very incredible. Then we have Nick standing up for himself against not only his brother, but telling his dad straight that, like, you haven't been a good enough dad, but I'm going to be me regardless of what you think of this. It's time for me to be happy. And that is something which is incredible to see. I think a lot of people can relate to that sort of situation. A lot of people can, I mean, my own experience coming out to my dad, it started off okay. I got told that he'd failed as a father, and then it took many months for him to finally turn around and say sorry and realise that, like, my happiness came first. And now he's the most supportive person. So parents can change with time, but then you have the reflection of what Darcy's going through, where her mum is obviously not supportive and she's very against who she is. And that is a very difficult situation to deal with, because there's no right or wrong way. Unfortunately, you are this way, and hopefully your parent can accept it one day. But I don't know how that story is going to unfold, if eventually she'll transition into being a supportive parent or not. And that's one of the biggest things that LGBTQ plus people face, is that, yes, we want to be ourselves, but we also care a lot about what other people think of us. But here's a little bit of advice I'm going to give you, that you get one life to live. And in 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years' time, that person that you care so much about their opinion about isn't going to be here. But you will be. And you get to look back on your life and you get to make that decision where you chose to be someone who is happy, living their full life, accepting who they are, and being with someone who accepts you for you and someone you can fall in love with. Or you could be that person who lives with the fullest regret because they never got that chance. And I've spoke to so many people over the last couple of years who have come to that decision and they have regrets. And I say it's never too late, but it is difficult as you get older, because how do you start doing something which you've never learnt to do young? I mean, it's a very difficult situation. And I just want to bring a highlight to Ben's actions as well. So I remember talking on Twitter about this a while ago, that I said in this series I want to see Ben seeking redemption but not to be redeemed. Because being redeemed is something completely different to seeking redemption. Seeking redemption is seeing that you have done something wrong and you have to atone for it. You have to make up for what you did. And he fully did that. But just because he did that does not mean he's deserving of an apology, or him having his apology accepted, should I say. You know, he is fully in the wrong. Regardless of the stuff he's going through, it's not okay to treat anybody like that. It's not okay to behave that way and hide behind that you're struggling and that's an okay way. I think a lot of people do that. A lot of people will gaslight somebody into thinking, well, because I have a problem, it's okay for me to talk and act like that around other people, but it's not. It's a very dangerous way to manipulate people because, as I said, Charlie has had to go through years of that, and there will always be that voice. Even though he looks like he's thrown that weight off his shoulders, there will always be that voice in the back of the head what says, you weren't good enough, you deserve this. Because when his mental health is lowest, that's where we go to, that's the point we turn to. And I've been there, when you get really low and you feel really down, all of a sudden you start to think about all the negativity. It doesn't matter what it is, any little thing, and then you start to pile it on top of yourself and you think, I deserve this, I deserve to be, you know, manipulated, and I deserve to feel bad, because you feel guilty about feeling bad, and that makes you feel even badder, and you start to think about all the badness. So yeah, I think that speech was well put across. I think it was well presented. I think Alice did an excellent job of, if that is the final scene we see Ben in, it is an excellent way to settle it, because, you know, if this was a real person, hopefully from that point he'd realise, I need to be better, I need to do better, and unfortunately I've hurt somebody and I need to learn from that. And that won't make him a good person, it won't make him a bad person, it'll just make him a person who's going to learn from his mistakes. And if Charlie never forgives him, that's what he deserves, because what he did to him was unforgivable. That will always be with Charlie. So I have full admiration and respect for how that scene was presented, because it's a very difficult thing. What we're talking about here is somebody forcing themselves on somebody. And we can say, oh, they're kids and stuff like that, but the reality is that is sexual harassment. That is putting someone in a situation that no one deserves to be in. You know, their body, their rules. And if someone says no, you listen to that. You ask permission. And I think that is a good way to represent that situation without going too into graphic detail because of the triggering aspect to it. But yeah, I think that deserved this for me to talk about, because it's so important to get a grasp on that situation and present it in a way where hopefully, you know, if anybody ever thinks of acting like Ben, they can correct themselves, they can learn from that before they go and hurt somebody with those actions, you know. But hey, we won't know, but hopefully it can stop a lot of people getting hurt. So yeah, that was a very important episode, I think. There was some sadness, some happiness, but I think it was an incredibly mature episode. That's the way I describe that. It tackles some subjects which are incredibly hard to handle, especially when you're presenting it to young teenagers as well, because that's what this audience is. Even though older people and younger people will probably watch it, but that's what it's directed at. And I feel like that's a really good way to educate people, especially on the thing of asexuality as well. Isaac's story, which we'll get more of in series 3, because we're almost at the last episode of series 2. But I think that was incredibly well done, and it felt warm and inviting. It didn't feel like it was alienating on a subject, because I know nothing about asexuality because I am not asexual. But learning a little bit about that now, I feel like I'm a lot more educated than I was from the beginning of this episode. So that was an excellent addition to this episode. So yes, if you did like this, I know I kind of rambled on afterwards, but I felt like there was a lot to unpack, and it was probably the one that deserved the most to talk about. If you do like this episode, please give it a massive thumbs up. If you want to see more like this, give it a share. Write a comment down below what you thought was the most important message in this episode. And if you want to watch this all unedited, you can do on my Patreon. You guys on the Patreon help get content made, and you guys get it early and unedited, and you can get loads of new content as well, which is absolutely amazing. I want to say thank you to all you guys. Now I am going to say love, peace and chicken grease. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.